And happy Sunday. It's the start of a new week. My friends on my channel and subscribers to be. This is Kurt Berglund with an experiment. I am testing out whether you are interested in seeing some Strat baseball on my channel. And I'm thinking of starting a feature called Strat Sundays, where I play Strat on my channel for you. I'm putting up 2 games on my channel today of Strat baseball, and we'll see if you watch them, and we'll see if you subscribe, and that'll tell me if we're going to do more of this, or whether maybe you're sick of Strat. I can't tell until we try it. So, here we are. I'm starting a new project as game number 1 of the 2 that are going on my channel today for Strat. Game number 1 is a new project using the 1980 set. And you're going to think I've completely lost my mind if you're not already thinking that right now. And that is a replay of the 1980 Chicago White Sox season. The 1980 Chicago White Sox are one of my favorite all-time teams. And the reason why is because I watched a lot of Harry Carey and Jimmy Pearsall's TV broadcasts of the 1980 White Sox, and I don't know, I was just into them. They only won 70 games. They lost 90 games, and so we're going to see if I can beat that. I'm not going to put every game on the channel, but I'm going to put a bunch of them on if you like Strat. I'm going to know that because you're going to put comments below as to whether or not you want to see more of this kind of gaming on my channel. Subscriptions are important as well, so thank you for that. The 1980 Chicago White Sox in the Strat universe are not a complete set of every player, so I've got to kind of adjust things. There are going to be 3 transactions that are important during the season that we are going to adjust. The first transaction is the trade of Claudell Washington to the New York Mets. I'm not going to have Claudell. That trade didn't happen until June. I'm not going to have Claudell on the team. He is one of my favorite all-time players, but I'm not going to do it. So no Claudell on the team for this particular replay. The second trade that's important was Alan Bannister for Ron Pruitt with the Cleveland Indians. I'm going to say that trade is effective at the start of the season, so I get Ron Pruitt all season long. And the third trade that's important is Randy Scarberry to the California Angels for infielder Todd Cruz. There is no Randy Scarberry card in this set, and so I'm just taking Todd Cruz to start the year. The other transaction that is important to me that I wish was here but is not, and that is Harry Chappis as a backup infielder, and they didn't card him, so I can't use him, so we gotta move on. The White Sox roster will be managed by me during the course of the season. I am not using as-played lineups, but what I am doing so that the visiting team lineups can be used is I'm starting the same handedness of the pitcher in each start. So if a lefty starts in real life and the opposing manager obviously set up his lineup to face a left-hander, I'm going to be starting a lefty as well. Starting the season with 9 pitchers and 16 position players, but I'm going to adjust that as we go along as well because I'm going to need another pitcher, or maybe 2, before things get too much farther down the road. All right, the White Sox lineups will not be as played. The visiting team lineups will be as played, except I am playing with injuries. So if a player gets hurt, then I've got to use my good judgment and replace him as I think the visiting manager would do. For the White Sox, the lineups are going to be mine, and I'm going to experiment and see what happens, and Sometimes the lineups will be good and sometimes they won't, and we'll see what happens. The White Sox season is starting with a 4-game set at Comiskey Park, just as it did in real life, against the Baltimore Orioles, who went on to have a fantastic season, but fall short of winning the American League Eastern Division title. Jim Palmer is on the mound for Baltimore on opening day here, and Steve Trout, just as they were in real life, Palmer versus Trout, and it'll be Palmer versus Trout on my tabletop as well. It's time to look at the starting lineups and get rolling some 1980 revised super advanced with a couple of other changes to make too. One is I'm not doing the silly blocking the plate rule that Strat-O-Matic does for super advanced. You got to be kidding me, Strat-O-Matic. And we aren't going to be jumping over the wall to bring back home runs. Again, you got to be kidding me, Strat-O-Matic. Come on, let's not take ourselves quite so seriously. Those two rules aside, we're doing everything else super advanced. And now it's time for starting lineups. For the visiting 1980 Baltimore Orioles, we are visiting Comiskey Park, of course. And their lineup was set by manager Earl Weaver. And Earl's lineup looked like this for the Baltimore Orioles against left-hander Steve Trout. Leading off in center field, it's Al Bumbry. Batting second at shortstop, it's Mark Belanger. Batting third in right field, it's Ken Singleton. Batting fourth at first base, it's Eddie Murray. Batting fifth at third base, Doug DeCinces. Batting fifth and the DH, he's Lee May. Batting seventh in left field, it's Gary Renicky. Batting eighth at second base, it's Rich Dower. And batting ninth and behind the plate, it's Rick Dempsey. On the mound for the 1980 Baltimore Orioles on opening day, it's Jim Palmer. His numbers look like this. He was 16-10 in 1980 with a .398 earned run average in 33 starts. He had 224 innings, allowed 238 hits, walked 74, struck out 109, and gave up 26 gopher balls. For the homestanding Chicago White Sox, leading off in left field, it's Bobby Molinaro. Batting second in center field, it's Chet Lemon. Batting third in right field, Harold Baines. Batting fourth at second base, Jim Morrison. Batting fifth and the DH, Lamar Johnson. Batting sixth at first base, Mike Squires. Batting seventh at shortstop, Greg Pryor. Batting eighth at third base, it's Junior Moore. And batting ninth and behind the plate, it's Bruce Kim. On the mound for the 1980 Chicago White Sox on opening day, just as he was in real life, it's Steve Trout, the left-hander. His stats for the 1980 season, he was 9-16 with a 3.70 earned run average in 30 starts. He pitched 200 innings, allowed 229 hits, walked 49, struck out 89, and allowed only 14 home runs. Alrighty, now before we start, we have to do the weather, which we will be doing as a regular feature if you decide that you like the 1980 White Sox as a Sunday feature on my channel. We are in April, and it is a day game. Alright, so, and I rolled badly. Okay, 6 is good weather, which means that for Comiskey Park, the singles will be 5 and 5, and the HRs will be 4 and 4. Lefty first number, righty, left-handed batters first number, right-handed batters second number, left-handed batters, then right-handed batters. So it's tough to drive one out of Comiskey Park even on a nice day in 1980. All right, so we are ready. It's Al Bumbry stepping into the batter's box, and here we go with 1980 White Sox baseball. And this is a line shot at Jim Morrison, and we have one out in the top of the first. We're underway with Strat-O-Matic baseball on a Sunday. Strat-O-Matic Sundays. Second game of my Strat-O-Matic doubleheader today will be a game featuring great teams from different years, and we'll see if you like that one or how you like that one or whether you like that one. Belanger steps in now against Trout. And that is strike three swinging. Trout gets him for his first strikeout. And there's two. Oh, no, wait. I'm wrong. I looked at the wrong column. That's a base hit to right field. It drops in front of Harold Baines. And Belanger's on with a single. We know Earl Weaver didn't like to run in the first inning, but we are going to hold Belanger. And now it's Ken Singleton. Trout to the belt, checks Belanger, and the pitch home to Singleton is driven to right, to left, and deep, and okay, that's got to be re-rolled because that is our balk wild pitch number. So we're going to roll that again, and it's going to be caught by Bobby the Molinero on the warning track for 2 outs. Because we had a ballpark check there. Okay, so yep. And there's 2 outs now for Eddie Murray. Belanger retreats to first base. And we'll see what Murray does with Trout in the first inning. The pitch to Eddie. And we have a balk check. A 2 gives us a balk check with the 1, so he does not balk. All right. And this is a base hit for Eddie Murray, and Belanger will stop at second. There are runners at first and second for the Orioles with 2 outs now, and Trout's got to try and get out of first inning trouble. DeCinces coming to the plate. Baltimore third baseman against Trout. Steve to the belt. The pitch is a ground ball to Pryor. He's going to go the short way to Morrison covering second, and that will retire the Orioles in the first. After 1/2 inning, we have no score in Chicago. All right, now it's Palmer coming out with the Orioles defense against the White Sox attack, if that's the term I'm looking for in 1980. Bobby Molinero will lead off, then Chet Lemon, then Harold Baines. In the top of the first, the pitch to Molinero is grounded to Eddie Murray. He's going to flip to Jim Palmer covering first, and that'll be 1 out in the bottom of the first. Now it's Chet Lemon, the Sox center fielder. Palmer winds and delivers. This is hit to right, and that's Singleton. He's going to be under it for out number 2. And next will be Harold Baines, the rookie. Right fielder, batting third on opening day. The pitch to him is looped to left, just over Belanger's glove, and that drops in front of Renicky for a base hit, and Baines is on with 2 outs. Now it's Morrison, the Sox second baseman, in every game in 1980. The pitch. This is hit to center, and Bumbry's under it. He's going to make the catch, and that will retire the Sox in the first. So we've played 1, and there's no score. Coming up for Baltimore in the top of the second, it's Lee May, Gary Renicky, and Rich Dower coming to the plate for the Crab Cake team. May standing in, the right-handed batting DH. The pitch from Trout is lined, a base hit to center field, drops in front of Lemon, and May is aboard to start the second inning. Now it's Renicky. This is the American League, defending American League champions, of course, in 1980, after losing the 79 World Series to Pittsburgh. The pitch is grounded to Morrison. And Jim goes to Pryor for one. And the relay to Squires is in time for a soul-crushing, rally-killing double play turned by the White Sox. Renicky hits into a double play from Trout, 4-6-3 style, and with 2 outs and nobody on, now it's Dower. Pitch to Rich is hit to center field, but not deep. Chet Lemon's going to get there, and that's going to retire Baltimore in the second. We go to the bottom of the second, and it'll be Johnson, Squires, and Pryor coming up for Chicago against Palmer. And I'm still dropping dice because somebody covered them with butter. The pitch to Johnson is grounded to DeCinces. See if Doug can make the play. He's a 3E23. He gloves it. And he makes the play to first. So Johnson is retired to lead off the second inning. Now it's going to be Squires and then Pryor. Pitch to Mike. Grounded to Murray. He's going to take it himself, and that's 2 down. And with 2 outs and nobody on, it's Greg Pryor, the Sox shortstop. Palmer winds and delivers, and this is a base hit for Pryor up the middle. Drops in front of Bunbury, and Pryor's on with 2 outs, just as Baines was on with 2 outs in the first inning. Now it's Junior Moore, the Sox third baseman. Palmer to the belt. The pitch to Junior is grounded to Dower. He's going to throw to Murray, and that will retire the Sox in the second. We've played 2 in Chicago, and there is no score. Top of the third coming, it'll be Dempsey at the bottom of the Orioles order, and then Bunbury at the top, followed by Belanger. Trout winds and delivers to Rick Dempsey. And this is a looper caught by Junior Moore. And there's 1 down. Now it's Bunbury. Al is 0 for 1 on the day. Ground ball, Pryor. Greg gathers it and fires to Squires for 2 outs. And now it's Belanger. Mark is 1 for 1. And strike 3 called. That's Trout's first strikeout. And we've played 2.5, and we still have no score at spacious, elderly Comiskey Park. Comiskey Park in 1970 celebrated its 70th season. It opened in 1911, I believe it was. All right, so Kim at the plate. Palmer winds and delivers a comebacker as gloved by Palmer. He takes a few steps toward Murray and flips it to him, and there's 1 out. Now it's Molinaro. Bobby is 0 for 1, the Sox left fielder. The pitch is ripped by Molinaro. Another one to center field, or drops into right center in front of Bunbury. And Molinaro's aboard with a single. Now the Sox might put some plays on here. Palmer is a +4 hold rating. Dempsey is a -3, so the hold would make him a -1. Molinaro is back to a 16 then if he gets the jump. Or they could put on a hit and run. So let's see here. First full season of Tony La Russa. Tony La Russa you might have heard of. He used to be the Sox manager 40 years ago. Maybe you've heard of him. Okay, Palmer to the belt. The pitch home to Lemon, and there goes Molinaro. And he does not get the jump. I am not going to send him. All right, so Lemon up. Pitch to Chet. Is caught by DeCinces on a liner. 2 down. And now Baines. With 2 outs and Molinaro aboard. Harold is 1 for 1 today. The pitch to right. Singleton on the run. Singleton is going to get there. Is he going to hold on to the ball? That's a 7. I think he's going to. And he does. That retires the White Sox on a flyout to right field to end the 3rd. So we've played 3 complete, and there's no score at Comiskey Park on opening day, April 10th, 1980. Trout back on the hill to face the 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Orioles, Singleton, Murray, and DeCinces. Coming up for Baltimore, Kenny is 0 for 1. The pitch from Trout to Singleton is hit to right. Harold Baines toward the line, but he's got room, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Now it's Murray. Eddie is 1 for 1. Pitch from Trout. Ground ball Pryor. He gathers it and fires to Squires for out number 2. 8 in a row retired by Trout now. And up comes DeCinces, 0 for 1 for Doug. The pitch. Ground ball Pryor. And Greg is an E22 at shortstop. He doesn't make an error, but the ball sneaks through for a base hit. DeCinces on with a single, and Lee May comes to the plate with 2 outs and a man aboard for Baltimore. Trout to the belt, checks DeCinces, the pitch home. Hey, struck him out. That's Trout's 2nd. We've played 3.5. No score in a pitcher's duel on opening day between Trout and Palmer. In the Sox 4th, it'll be Morrison, Johnson, and Squires, 4, 5, 6 batters. Morrison 0 for 1. The pitch is hit to left and deep. Renicky to the wall. Renicky's got it, and that's 1 out. Ooh, 1 more biscuit for breakfast, and Morrison pops 1 out of here. But it's caught for out number 1, and now Johnson. The DH, Palmer's pitch. Line shot right at DeCinces, 2 down. And with 2 outs and nobody on, it's Squires who's 0 for 1. Palmer winds and delivers to Squires. Ground ball Belanger. Mark is an E20. So we'll see if he can negotiate this one. That's a 9, and that should be out. It is, and it's a 1, 2, 3, 4th inning for Palmer. That's his 1st of the game. The line score so far, as we go to the top of the fifth, for the visiting Orioles, no runs on 4 hits, and they've committed no errors. For the homestanding White Sox, no runs on 3 hits, and they've committed no errors. So we are scoreless after 4. Bottom third of the Orioles batting order coming up in the top of the 5th. It's Renicky, Dower, and Dempsey. Remember to subscribe and tell me if you like a Strat-O-Matic on my channel in the comments. And that'll tell me if you want me to do more of this on my channel. Coming up later on will be a game between great teams. I don't know if they'll be Diamond Gem teams or not, but there'll be great teams later today on my channel for you to watch as well. Also produced by Strat-O-Matic. So, it's Renicky up against Trout. The pitch popped it up. That wouldn't be a home run in a phone booth. Greg Pryor under it, and he's going to catch it for out number 1. Now it's Dower. Dower's 0 for 1. The pitch to the Baltimore second baseman is a line drive, base hit, center field. Lemon's got to go get it, and he does for a single. Hold prior to his single. It's Dempsey now with 1 out and 1 on. Dempsey had a little sock in his bat in 1980. Trout to the belt, the pitch. And as soon as I say that, Dempsey hits one to right. Baines on the run toward right center. He's going to get there and make the catch. That's out number 2. And it'll be Bumbry now, 0 for 2 with 2 outs, and Dower retreating to first base. Trout to the belt, holds Dower, the pitch. Ground ball, Junior Moore. He's going to go the short way to Morrison, covering at second. And that retires Baltimore. We're halfway through, and we have no score. In Chicago, it's April 10th, 1980, opening day. For the White Sox in the bottom of the 5th, Pryor, Moore, and Kim coming up. Greg is 1 for 1. Palmer winds and delivers a base hit to center field for Pryor. He's on. Bumbry gets it on a couple of hops and throws it back into Dower. Moore coming to the plate. They could do something here, maybe. All right, Palmer to the belt. Pitch to Junior. No play is on, and that's ball 4. Ball 4 to Junior Moore. There's 2 White Sox on with nobody out. And we know what Tony La Russa loves to do with 2 men on and nobody out. So we will indulge the Sox manager. I don't know if you heard, but Tony La Russa was the Sox manager 40 years ago. And the Bruce Kim, the Sox catcher, comes to the plate. Palmer to the belt. The pitch home. Kim squares to bunt. He gets it down. Now the defense has a choice. And Weaver's going to have them take the sure out at first. So that goes to Eddie Murray, who's going to flip to Dower, and the sacrifice will be complete as Pryor moves to third and Junior Moore moves to second with 1 out. Now it's Bobby Molinaro. Orioles defense plays at normal depth. Palmer to the belt in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch home to Molinaro as a base hit right field. That's going to drop in front of Singleton. Pryor scores. It's 1-0 White Sox. Will they send Junior Moore? Junior is a 1-12 running, and Singleton, excuse me, too much pregame vaping. Singleton's arm is a -1. No other adjustments, so they're going to hold Moore at third. First and third now for the Sox is 1-0 White Sox as Molinaro singles home prior with the first run of the season. Palmer in a jam now. Lemon at the plate. They could do a number of things here. There's one out. Orioles at double play depth on the infield. Palmer's pitch to Lemon is a base hit to right field. That drops in front of Singleton. Moore scores from third. It's 2-0. Molinaro is rounding second, heading for third. The throw will be cut off by Baltimore, and it's Sox at the corners. 2-0 White Sox against Palmer, and that's going to get action going in the Orioles bullpen. And it's a little thin out there on opening day. So, let's see what we got here. Sammy Stewart is going to start to throw. The right-hander for Baltimore. Now, it'll be Baines. Orioles defense still at double play depth. Palmer to the belt. The pitch to Harold is a line shot at Dower. 2 down. And that's what Palmer needed. Now he's got a chance to get out of this. Morrison at the plate. Those clutches don't look good. Those upside down horseshoes, not good for Morrison at this moment. Molinaro at third. Lemon at first. Palmer to the belt. 2 in. Pitch. And this is driven. This is going to get over Bunbury's head, and it's going to bounce off the wall. Molinaro scores from third. Bunbury goes to get it. Lemon is rounding third. They are going to wave him, and there's going to be a play. Bunbury hits Belanger with the relay. The throw home is not in time. It's a 2-run double for Morrison, and it's 4-0 White Sox. Palmer leaking oil badly. Sammy Stewart not quite ready. It's 4-0 White Sox with a big 4-run bottom of the fifth. Sox fans going nuts. Johnson 0 for 2 steps in. Morrison at second. 2 men out. Palmer's pitch. Popped it up. Belanger on the infield is going to make the play, and he does. And that retires the White Sox. But 4-run score on 4 hits. They leave 1. And after 5, it's 4-0 White Sox on opening day in 1980. So, it'll be Belanger, Singleton, and Murray to start the 6th for Baltimore. The 1980 White Sox actually started the season very, very well and were in first place in the middle of May in the West. Belanger facing Trout. He's 1 for 2. The pitch. Ground ball Pryor. Greg's got it and throws to Squires for 1 out in the 6th. Now it's Singleton. Kenny's 0 for 2. Hey, struck him out. 2 gone. 4 in a row retired by Trout, and 6 of his last 7. Murray 1 for 2. Trout winds and pitches, and caught by Pryor. That's going to retire the side. So Trout, a shutout through 6 innings. And against a very, very potent Baltimore Orioles attack in 1980. We're going to have a new pitcher to start the White Sox 6th inning. It's going to be Sammy Stewart. Palmer went 5 innings. We'll give you his numbers. Sammy Stewart first is the reliever. In 1980, Sammy went 7-7 with a .356 earned run average. He had 3 starts 119 innings, 103 hits allowed, 90 walks, 78 strikeouts, and 9 homers. He has a point of weakness of 4 out of the bullpen. Heavily used by Earl Weaver. Palmer went 5 innings. He allowed 7 hits. He walked 1. He struck out none. He allowed 4 runs. They're all earned. And no home runs. So those are his opening day totals. Stewart starts the 6th. It's Squires, Pryor, and Moore coming up for the White Sox. In the bottom of the 6th, the pitch to Mike. Ground ball Dower. Rich has it and throws to Murray for 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Greg Pryor 2 for 2 with a run scored on his day and a bunch of chances at shortstop that he has handled without any issues. Stewart winds and delivers, and this is hit by Pryor and it's trouble. Gonna get to left center and it's gonna split Renicky and Bunbury. Pryor with his 3rd hit of the day, it's a double, and he's in scoring position as potential run number 5 for Junior Moore. 1 out, 1 on for the White Sox. Stewart in trouble. Stewart to the belt. The pitch to Junior Moore is a ground ball Dower. Ground ball Dower. Pryor takes off for 3rd base. Dower's error rating is an 8. And that's a 12, so that's no problem. It's a 4-3 putout as Pryor advances to 3rd, and now it'll be Bruce Kim with 2 outs trying to bring Pryor home. Kim is 0 for 1 with a bunt on the day. Sammy Stewart. The pitch. Ground ball knocked down by DeCinces. Picks it up, fires to Murray, and that will retire the White Sox in the 6th. We go to the 7th. And it's 4-0 Chicago. Trout back out, throwing a shutout on opening day against the Orioles. DeCinces, May, and Renicky are coming up for Baltimore in the 7th. They are down by 4. Trout winds and delivers, and this is grounded to Pryor. Greg's got it and throws to Squires, and there's 1 out. May 1 for 2 with a strikeout on his ledger for the day. 6 in a row retired by Trout. 6 in a row retired by Trout. 8 of the last 9. The pitch. Ground ball Pryor. Greg's got this one and throws to Squires. 2 down. And now Renicky, who's 0 for 2. Trout throwing a masterpiece on opening day. And Renicky strikes out. That's out number 3. And strikeout number 4 for Trout. Orioles with nothing in 7 innings and only 4 singles to their credit. So Trout's getting the job done. Molinaro coming up. It's the top of the Sox order. Molinaro, Lemon, and Baines in the bottom of the 7th. We're going to stretch them out, and I'm not going to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Molinaro up, 2 for 3, a ribby, a run scored. The pitch. Ground ball Murray. He gloves it and will take it himself. 4 out number 1 in the 7th. Lemon up now. Chet 1 for 3. The pitch. Ground ball Dower. He throws to Murray. 2 down. And Baines 1 for 3. Stewart winds and delivers. Hey, strikes him out on a breaking pitch. That's Sammy's first K. We've played 7, and it's 4-0 White Sox. All right, so Trout back out. Ed Farmer starting to throw in the Sox bullpen just in case. Just in case. Dower up. Then Dempsey. And then the top of the order with Bunbury. Well, do they want to make any changes here? They had such an incredible bench. Man, alive. Bats everywhere. I'm going to wait. All right, so Dower's up. Trout's pitch. Dower's 1 for 2. The pitch. Fly ball right. Here comes Harold Baines. And that retires Dower. First out in the 8th. 9 in a row retired by Trout. He is in a groove, making it look easy. Dempsey's 0 for 2. Fly ball right. Here comes Baines. And 2 down now in the top of the 8th. And Bunbury up. Bunbury 0 for 3. The pitch. That's a base hit to right center field. It's going to split Baines and Lemon, and Bunbury's going to help himself to a double and break Trout's string of 10 in a row retired. And Belanger is up. And they're going to hit for him. They're going to hit for Belanger. It's going to be Benny Ayala to bat for Belanger in the 8th. Ayala's numbers on the 1980 season: 265, 170 at-bats, at 500 slugging average, and 335 on base. Part of Weaver's deep bench. A right-handed batter against Trout, who may be tiring, we aren't sure yet. Trout to the belt. Pitch to Ayala is, no, it's a 2, and that's a 6, so it's a pass ball check. Pass ball check for Kim. He is a 0. So we keep the 2 and re-roll. Hit to center. Lemon coming on and makes the catch. And thank goodness for super advanced Stratomatic. All right, so Ayala is out. We need a new shortstop, and that's going to be, you know him, you love him, Kiko Garcia. And he'll bat in the number 2 order, in the 2 spot in the order, replacing Belanger. All right, so the Orioles are retired in the 8th. It's 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And it'll be Sammy Stewart for one more inning. Morrison, Johnson, and Squires coming up for Chicago. One for 3 for Jim. A 2-run double in the 5th, the highlight of his day. Stewart winds and delivers a base hit to center field for Morrison. He's on with a single, and he can run a little bit. Oh, but Stewart's good at holding, so we're not going to do anything there. Johnson comes to the plate. So Weaver is going to start action in the bullpen. He's going to get Tippy Martinez throwing. Why not? It's opening day. Even though they're down 4. And the Sox, for their part, no, they're not going to do anything. Okay. Johnson comes to the plate. Stewart to the belt. They are holding Morrison on base. The pitch. There goes Jim, and it's a hit and run. And he missed the pitch. On the strikeout result, oh no, it's a 2. Alright, so the first thing we have to do is to determine if it's a 4, so it's a pass ball check for Dempsey. Pass ball check for Dempsey. He is a pass ball 2. No pass balls, so we keep the 2. Now, and I don't remember what to do here. I don't remember if we re-roll. Yeah, I think we do. Hit and run. And this is grounded to Dower. Morrison's going to move up. And Johnson is thrown out at first base. Now Squire's up 0 for 3 with Morrison at second base. Stewart to the belt. Checks Morrison. The pitch home. Grounded to Dower. He's got it and throws to Murray. And Morrison goes to third base with 2 outs. And now it's Pryor who's 3 for 3. A double, a run scored. Big day for Greg on opening day. Stewart to the belt. The pitch is caught by Garcia, and that will retire the side on a ballpark effect. So we go to the 9th. Sox threatened but did not score in the 8th. It's 4-0 White Sox. See if we want to make any defensive changes. And I don't think we do. No, we don't. So, Stewart went 3 innings. He could come back out for the bottom of the 9th if the Orioles score, but Trout's going to try and finish the shutout. Farmer throwing in the bullpen. And Singleton, 0 for 3 at the plate. Singleton, Murray, and DeCinces, last chance saloon for the Orioles. The pitch from Trout to Singleton is lined for a base hit to left. It drops in front of Molinaro, and he's on. Murray, LaRussa watching from the dugout. Murray at the plate, 1 for 3 for Eddie. The pitch from Trout. Hey, strikes him out. That's number 5 for Steve. 1 out in the 9th. Now it'll be DeCinces, 1 for 3. Doug in there to try and keep it going. The pitch. Ball 4. That walks DeCinces, and here comes LaRussa to get Trout, and he wants Farmer. So, give you Steve's numbers. On the day, 8 1/3 inning. 8 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 1 walk. This was his first walk to DeCinces just now. 5 strikeouts, no runs yet, and no home runs. Excellent opening day start for Trout, and the fans give him a nice round of applause. Ed Farmer, the Sox closer in 1980, All-Star representative, 7-9 record, 334 earned run average, 30 saves, 100 innings, 92 hits, 56 walks, 54 strikeouts, and 6 home runs allowed. He's on to try and nail it down. Lee May is due, but it just doesn't seem like something Weaver would do. So we're going to hit for May with one of the 8 million left-handed pinch hitters on the bench, and it's going to be Pat Kelly to do so. Pat Kelly batting for May. Renicky standing in the on-deck circle, but he's got more pinch hitters to go. So Kelly up, Farmer in there, a right-handed relief specialist. Kelly up. Pat Kelly's numbers on 1980. 260 and a 365 slugging mark and a 363 on base average. So Dangerous man at the plate. Part of the three-headed monster in Weaver's left field. May was 1 for 3 on the day. Farmer to the belt. Checks Singleton at second. Checks to Sensei at first. There's one man out. The pitch to Kelly is a wild pitch check, and that is a good thing for the Orioles. And it's a wild pitch to the screen, gets past Kim, and the runners move up. Now the double play is not in order. Sox defense at normal depth. There's one out in the 9th inning. Kelly up with Renicky on deck. This is not a good situation. The pitch from Farmer to Kelly is hit and smoked over Chet Lemon's head. It's going to score Singleton from third. It's going to score to Sensei from second. And Kelly's got himself a double. It's 4-2 White Sox. They need to get 2 more outs. And Renicky's coming to the plate. All right. So... John Lowenstein has moved to the on-deck circle, and Renicky stands in against Farmer. Kelly at second, one man out. Sox leading 4-2. There's one out in the 9th. Farmer trying to close the door. The pitch. Hit to left and deep, and this is going to be off the wall. It's going to be off the wall. Kelly's going to score. It's 4-3. And one more biscuit for breakfast, and Gary Renicky would have tied this game. So it's 4-3 now with one out. Orioles have the tying run at second base in Renicky. And here comes Lowenstein to hit for Dower. Dower was 1 for 3. Lowenstein's numbers on the 1980 season look like this. 311, 413 slugging, 403 on base. Farmer has allowed 2 consecutive doubles in the only batters he has faced. Rich Wortham and Mike Proley starting to throw in the Sox bullpen. Double-barreled action. Farmer trying to get out of this mess. It's 4-3 White Sox, top of the 9th, one out. Renicky at second. Lowenstein pinch hitting for Dower at the plate. The pitch to John. Ground ball Morrison. Jim gloves it and throws to Squires for out number 2 as Renicky advances to third. Now it's Dempsey, and he's being called back. Weaver emptying the bench. The pinch hitter for Dempsey will be Terry Crowley. Terry Crowley, another amazing year off Weaver's bench. 288 with 12 homers, 476 average, slugging average, 364 on base. All right, so Renicky at third, 2 men out. 4-3 White Sox. We're in the top of the 9th. And Crowley, the last chance saloon for the Orioles. Farmer to the belt. Looks right at Renicky at third and pauses. The pitch home to Crowley. He walked him. That's ball 4, and Crowley goes down to first base. But he's slow, so they're going to run for him. And it's going to be Lenny Sakata running for Crowley at first. He represents the go-ahead run for Baltimore. But now it's Bumbry. Now they could pull. There's only one batter left on Weaver's bench here. and that's Dan Graham, and he's a left-handed hitting catcher who's going to have to go in next inning, so they could pull Farmer and bring in Tex Wortham, the poor man's Ross Baumgarten, to face Bunbury, but they're not gonna. They're gonna stick with Farmer. So there's 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Orioles at the corners. They're down by a run. Sox leading 4-3. Renicky at third. Sakata at first. Farmer to the belt. The pitch to Bunbury. Popped it up on a clutch, negative clutch. Morrison under it, and the Sox are going to win 4-3 on opening day, and they do. Yikes. A 4-3 victory for the White Sox. For the victorious Chicago White Sox, 4 runs on 9 hits, and they committed no errors. For the vanquished Baltimore Orioles, 3 runs on 9 hits, and they committed no errors. The winning pitcher is Trout. He is 1-0. The losing pitcher, Palmer, he is 0-1. The rather cheap save goes to Ed Farmer, his first. And that is opening day for the 1980 Chicago White Sox replay. Thank you for joining me. Please comment below if you like what you see. And join me later today for a second Stratomatic game between great teams. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. My name's Kurt Berglund. Have a good day. So long, everybody.